mage to the Orlesian Imperial Court. That sounds exciting.
It is an esteemed position, darling, that many mages would envy.
Yes, being paraded about like an exotic peacock is better than running frantically from Templar.
Better an exotic peacock than one Tevinter rat amongst many.
Oh? A dig at my homeland?
This should be fun.
Vivienne, are you saying you wouldn't rather live in a land where mages aren't herded into cages like dogs?
Which land is that? The one where mages are feared and despised as tyrants?
I'm the first to admit magisters aren't perfect, but they've also done great things. They're allowed to.
Monstrous things as well. Or you wouldn't be here, would you?
Locking people into cages isn't the answer.
Naturally. First we execute those who will not submit, then we deal with the rest. I'm curious, Dorian. Have you ever met the Black Divine?
I saw him once at a ball, but we never met. He had to leave early on account of assassination.
Someone tried to kill him?
Kill him? No. He killed a magister. Could have waited until the dancing was finished.
You've walked into the Fade, Dorian, as did your Tevinter forebears.
With somewhat less cataclysmic results.
No observations beyond that?
Only that I'm pleased we got out. Demons don't appreciate a man with good hair. Wait. You're jealous, aren't you?
Don't be absurd.
Vivienne, I heard about your friend, the Duke.
Bastien was not my friend, darling. And I'll forego your bland and ill-informed observations.
I only meant to say I'm very sorry for your loss. Vivienne, perhaps you can answer this. Why the bizarre Orlesian fixation with masks?
It's part of the game, my dear. You never see your opponent's true visage.
A strange custom in a culture where people assassinate each other for putting too much salt in the soup.
An additional challenge to be navigated. Fail at the game and you die.
And you people call Tevinter barbaric.
You are barbarians, darling, but that's part of your charm. It's rather amusing, Dorian.
Your outfit's entertaining, I'll give you that.
The way you sneer at Southerners, pretending to be a shark from a land of sharks. But you are not a shark, and never will be, darling. They knew it, just as you do.
I could have pretended. Wore fancy clothes, convinced everyone I'm something I'm not. Then I could take a position at court, whore myself out, and desperately hope no one realizes what a fraud I am.
Such snapping for a fish without teeth.
You should put on a show. Charge for admission.
My dear Inquisitor, whatever is the issue? We're having a perfectly civil conversation.
It's true. I've heard worse from our gardener back home. Vivienne, we can continue this dance forever if you wish.
Presuming both of us are capable.
I mock Orlesian frippery and nonsense, you mock Tevinter decadence and tyranny. There is, however, something far more important we should remember.
Just what might that be?
At least we're not Antivan.
Quite right. Thank the Maker. I presume you know what they will say of Corypheus, Dorian.
Darkspawn, madman, relic of an unwanted past? Don't keep me in suspense.
They will say he is Tevinter.
No.
I'm aware you claim to be here to counter that, but the damage is done.
I'm not here on behalf of my nation's reputation, Vivienne. I'm here to do what is right.
If only more of your countrymen felt as you do.
What I wouldn't give for some proper wine.
Skyhold Steward is a sadistic little man who is trying to kill us.
Perhaps he found a bargain he couldn't pass up on vats of vinegar.
It could be worse, darling. It could be an Anders vintage.
Egad, we'd be forced to retaliate. How is it, Vivienne, that you weren't part of the rebellion with the rest of the Southern Mages?
Those of us outside of the circles could not be compelled to revolt.
Ah, nothing like solidarity.
This from a man who hails from a nation where mages kill each other for sport.
You must be greatly relieved, Vivienne, after what happened at the Winter Palace.
The entire Empire breathes a sigh of relief, darling.
Your position is also secure, considering how instrumental the Inquisition was in Celine's survival.
I was pleased to have even a small part in the endeavor.
We're not in court, dear woman. No need for the honey.
I don't know what you're talking about. I received a letter the other day, Dorian.
Truly? It's nice to know you have friends.
It was from an acquaintance in Banter expressing his shock at the disturbing rumors about your relationship with the Inquisitor.
Rumors you were only too happy to verify, I assume.
I informed him the only disturbing thing in evidence was his penmanship.
Oh, thank you.
I am not so quick to judge, darling. See that you give me no reason to feel otherwise.
Vivienne, I'm curious. You must have crossed paths with Lady Morrigan in the court, yes?
There is no need to use that title, my dear. She is an ill-bred apostate, nothing more.
Odd. I'd have thought you'd easily relate to a commoner of ambition.
You thought incorrectly. It's outrageous that she's been forced on the Inquisition.
I agree with that.
Sounds like someone's jealous their position at the Empress's side was usurped.
Darling, if I was upset by every sycophant who claimed a portion of Celine's attention, I'd have no time to eat or sleep.
What would you say Blackwall's best feature is, Vivienne?
His absence, of course.
I can hear both of you.